What's up, everyone? I'm back with another tutorial, and ironically this is another Feed Me tutorial. We're going to be making a I guess it's an automated like sound that you hear in his song Whiskers, and you hear it in the beginning and the end, and it's not going to be exactly the same like I said in my previous tutorial. So, it doesn't matter. I don't care if it is or if it's not. It's my interpretation of that sound. Um, so I'll go ahead and play it for you, and then I'll play the recreated part, and we'll get started. So that's that, and here's my version of that. Okay, so now that you heard that, let's get to it. We're going to be using 2 oscillators here. Turn everything else off. That kills me. If I have something turned on that I'm not using, it bugs me. Don't ask why. First oscillator, modern talking. Imagine that. Position knob down, intensity about right there, amp all the way up. Second one, oh my god, deep throat. Every time I use this, I just immediately think Metal Gear Solid. I don't know why, but it's better than thinking the alternative. Bin plus, and position knob all the way up, intensity stays up, and the amp is at about 2 o'clock. Yeah, and raise that 2 octaves. And let's see, modulation oscillator. Ring mod is for the second oscillator, and that's going to be set at 3 o'clock. Phase will be for the oscillator number 1, and that will be set just below 9 o'clock, and lower that 2 octaves. Inserts, frequency shifter, both 12 o'clock. Pretty simple. Filter 1, we're going to be using Scream. Turn that all the way up. Cutoff, Scream stays all the way down. Resonance is at about 10 o'clock. Macro controls, go ahead and throw that on there. Turn it to about 3 o'clock. And we're going to be using this. Change it to a performer, by the way. And throw it on the Scream and the resonance. This is set to 3 o'clock. This will be set to about 10 o'clock. And this will be set to about 1 o'clock. Let's see. Effects, Bronner tube. Our drive is going to be pointed at the E, and dry wet, 9 o'clock. Next thing is going to be a dimension expander. That's my dog walking around. If you're wondering what that was. And dry wet is about 10 o'clock. High shelf, set that to about the F. Hey, Sassy, sit down. Quit being nosy. Sorry. Alright, back to our performer. Turn all this crap janks. Alright, turn on the sync. That's to 112 as a ratio, which is a triplet rhythm. And let's load our curve. For those of you who don't really know much about a performer, it's basically an easy way to modulate the sound that you've got going on around here. It's very straightforward and basic. You don't have very many things to select from here, but at the same time, you don't really need them if you're only using this. It's really like the economized performer, at least compared to anything else I've ever used. So you know, it's very simple and convenient. Let's just turn this down there to 7. I'm going to go ahead and put this junk here. You guys can go ahead and just wait for me to do this and then pause it and then copy it down. Oops. Excuse me. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. Alright, turn our mix up. Let's go ahead and name that. And turn our cutoff to about right there. Fourth envelope level will be all the way up. Turn that up a little bit. Unison will be set to 4. Jeez, that's loud. Turn master down. Pitch cutoff. Move this slightly over to the right. Pan position will be on all the way to the left. There we go. Now we're starting to get somewhere. Okay, that's basically the synth. In a nutshell. Okay, so what we're going to do is we've got to duplicate this synth because unfortunately the way Massive has this performer laid out, I can, you know, change my ratios here, but in that synth, you hear a triplet, I guess, rhythm in the very beginning of it, and the only way that I could achieve the pattern that it uses is by duplicating it and using different time signatures. So, you know, unfortunately, you know, I had to figure out after sitting here and, you know, struggling to figure out in just one session, I couldn't do it. So I duplicated the synth and had to use a different time signature. So let's go ahead and do that. If you haven't got that, pause it right here and grab that real quick. So let's duplicate it. Or actually, I've already got it set up over here. And this is what I did. Let's get this out of the way. So this is what your performance should look like for the other time signature, which is 1/16. I guess it's not even a time signature. That's just your rhythm that you're using. So copy that down, and you know everything else is exactly the same. Nothing is different. Don't mind this stuff right here. You know, it doesn't matter. I was just tweaking around with it and messing with it. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. And yeah, I'll play it again. Oh, yeah. Let's EQ that, because if you notice here, it gets deeper in the second variation of it here. So I took out the low end and just boosted the high end. You know, that way it got rid of that bassiness, and it sounds exactly like the other synth. Okay. So if you really wanted to get creative with this, I mean, you could throw in some plugins. You can use WoW. Let's see. Throw it on. Everyone likes to use the rejector preset, and I will be honest, I only bought this so I could use that preset. Don't hate. And it's, you know, it sounds kind of neat. But if you tweak your own settings on that, you can get some pretty boss stuff going on there. But you know, that's pretty much it. So I'll let you guys go tweak it yourselves. And you know, like I said, anything I ever put up on YouTube as a tutorial, it's not going to be exactly the same. And as long as you guys learn from any of my tutorials, then I've accomplished what I wanted to do. So meanwhile, stay cool, keep it dub, and peace.